I am Shado, and this verdict has never been heard. What you are about to learn was buried, hidden from the public, kept in the shadows. Listen carefully, because Shado does not repeat himself. On December 12, 2022, at precisely 2:37 p.m., the air in the dense Florida woods thickened with tension as investigators unearthed a chilling clue, a discarded shoe, stained and weathered, that could belong to yet another victim of a serial killer. But who else remains lost in the shadows of this haunting case? She loved the sound of laughter. Every Saturday at noon, you could find her at the local park, the scent of fresh grass filling the air as she tossed a frisbee with her golden retriever Bella. A bright smile danced on her lips, her deep blue eyes sparkling with joy. Friends knew her for her unwavering kindness, always ready to lend an ear or share a warm meal. She had dreams, big dreams, of traveling the world, exploring every corner of life. But that was before her laughter faded into silence. But what the reports never mentioned was the discovery of a hidden diary, filled with entries of her fears and doubts, revealing a deeper vulnerability that resided beneath her cheerful facade. Each page chronicled her feelings of isolation, an internal struggle that nobody seemed to notice. This diary hinted at haunting experiences, encounters that sent chills down her spine. But why was this important detail buried away unnoticed? Picture this. The sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows as she walked home one evening. The temperature began to drop, a slight chill in the air. She felt a warmth, an unshakable feeling of safety, or so she thought, but that feeling would soon vanish. 8 months later, her absence tore through the community like a violent storm. Investigators would later find a trail of similar disappearances, each victim echoing her story. Think about what that means. Really think about it. The chilling reality was that she was not alone. She was part of a horrifying pattern. But how long had this been happening? But the question lingered. Was there someone watching her? But someone fixated on her innocent routine? The tension grew as investigators uncovered more victims, each with their own untold tales woven together by a sinister thread. The community became restless, whispers of fear spiraling into panic. Every shadow held a secret, but who was the monster lurking within those shadows? And then came the most shocking revelation. Investigators discovered that a local man, once considered a friend, had a troubling history. He knew the victims personally. But how? Each moment he shared with them, every interaction, now seemed tainted by suspicion. The chilling thought crept into the minds of those following the case. What if he had been playing a role all along? But what if the friend was actually the enemy? The darkness surrounding him thickened like fog as more evidence piled up against him. In the aftermath, the community was left reeling. Friends became suspects. Trust was shattered. The man, once released due to lack of evidence, walked free, leaving behind a trail of unanswered questions. Families cried for justice that seemed to slip through their fingers like sand. But one haunting question remains. Who else paid the price for his freedom? The shadows know more than you think. But why were so many vital details overlooked in this case? Shadow will return with the answer, and I want to know your thoughts. But who do you believe is responsible for the disappearances? Type your theories below. The shadows know more than you think. Leave your verdict in the comments. And if you think you know the truth, Shadow will return with the answer.